Vincent and Tanju are childhood sweethearts who have bickered constantly since childhood. Their mothers are best friends, which bound them closely together from an early age. In Winston's eyes, Tanju is scheming, vengeful and always targeting her. The most unforgettable grievance is that he recorded her puppy while in high school, ending her first crush abruptly on dead and are severely punished by her mother. This incident left a lasting grudge, making her hold an negative view of him for years. Even as adults, they remained distant and hostile, treating each other with cold indifference and constant bickering. Everything changed because of an accidental phone call. Chatting with her best friend, Winston joked casually about wanting to touch her friend's figure and asked her breast enhancement secret. Without checking the caller ID, she answered the call and blurted out the teasing words, only to find that the listener was Tanju, in a deep and ambiguous voice. Tanju asked seriously if she really wanted to touch him, wondering when completely stunned and embarrassed. She stammered an explanation that she had mistaken him for her friend and it was just a doll's joke. Tanju did not tease her further, instead informing her that their parents were gathered at his home and her mother had cooked her favorite sweet and sour rants asking her to come for dinner. Why think you endure her mother's nagging? Winston had no choice but to go. The elders chatted happily after dinner, used to that hostile relationship. Left alone in the living room, the atmosphere was awkward and stifling. All Winston was scrolling through short videos. Tanju suddenly questioned whether she was in a relationship or having ambiguous chats with others. Flustered and annoyed, Jim explained that she was distracted while eating chicken feet and misread the call. Yet Tanju looked utterly skeptical. Infuriated by his disgust, she left early with great grievance. Late at night, when Ransom was about to sleep, Tanju sent a series of extremely ambiguous and bold messages, completely abandoning the usual cold in the youth demeanor. Thinking he was indulging in inappropriate fantasies about her, Winston angrily wanting to apologize as she would tell her parents. Just as she was about to block and delete him, Tanju sent multiple high-definition photos of his mom minus defined ABS. The sexy and attractive photos shocked Winston, subverting her perception of the reserved and taciturn Tanju, revealing his hidden soul facade. Though she complained about his bold style, Winston was secretly attracted in same photos. Since then, they formed an unspoken ambiguous tacit understanding. Tanju regularly sent updated fitness photos with increasingly bold styles, from simple abdominal shots to a modest-looking trendy outfit close minus ups. Winston quietly accepted his overtures, indulging in this secret and thrilling intimate interaction, and their relationship deteriorated from hostility to subtle affection. During the family dinner gathering, Winston nearly got hit by an electric scooter while going out to buy watermelons. Tanju pulled her into his arms instantly to protect her from danger. After the crisis, he deliberately pinched the soft flesh on her waist to tease her, brazenly claiming that her waist felt soft and nice. Grateful for his rescue, Winston could only hold back her anger and let it go. On the way back, there sat an awkward silence, yet Tanju's deep and meaningful gaze kept falling on her, making her extremely uneasy. Later, he borrowed her bedroom computer under the pretense of filling out forms, deliberately teasing her and making her vigilant. Gradually, Winston realized the secret interaction was overly intimate and crossing boundaries. To avoid irreversible consequences, she decided to stop the ambiguous relationship in time. She deleted all his photos, lied about having an online boyfriend, and told him to find his own partner. Tanju fell silent after reading her message and stopped taking the initiative to contact her. On cue at Icy Festival, Winston attended a blind date party organized by her best friend, where she met Frankie, a sunny and outgoing freshman boy. Frankie was sweet and attentive, calling her older sister constantly, making Winston flutter and did all the favorable impression after drinking slightly. After the party, Frankie prepared to send her home, but Tanju appeared abruptly, snatched Winston away domineering lie, and drove Frankie away under the pretext at her mother's instruction. He warned Winston that Frankie was a fickle playboy and worthy at her ruining her new romantic chance. Contrary to expectations, Frankie took the initiative to contact Wenjin the next day, acting gentle and considerate without resentment, just as Wenjin wavered and planned to develop the relationship. Kenji set her photos proving that Frankie had intimate hotel encounters with two different women, exposing his scummy nature. Fully awake, Wenjin thanked Taiju for waking her up and agreed to a dinner with him as a reward. Taiju drove her to an ancient town in a neighboring city, tasting multiple specialty hot cotton delicacies. He prepared all her favorite snacks patiently during the long drive. After dinner, he accompanied her to visit the ancient town and patiently waited for her to finish her unromantic-style ancient costume made-up without any impatience. Amid the crowded scenic spot, he protected her from her husband every time, making Wenjin really feel his exclusive protection and tenderness beneath his sharp tongue. On the return trip, Wenjin fell asleep and woke up to a strange unfamiliar smell in the car. Taiju perseverated with excuses as spoiled no gasoline odor, temporarily calming her doubts. Meanwhile, her best friend broke up with her boyfriend after realizing his true character. Soon after, when they reunited with her first love, Sona Ui, who had become mature, successful, and gentlemanly, Sama Ui took the initiative to pursue her again, and when they agreed to get to know him anew, touched by his thoughtfulness and propriety. Taiju disapproved of her choice and warned her, but she was blindly infatuated and pro-ratchet people, which created a quarrel and estrangement between them. Just as Wenjin was about to confirm her relationship with Sama Ui, Taiju sent her conclusive evidence, exposing that Sama Ui was relying on an older wealthy woman for career resources and high monthly allowances, even proposing to share his benefits with Wenjin to maintain their relationship. Disillusioned, Wenjin decisively cut off all contact with Sama Ui, feeling depressed but thoroughly broad and sober. During her low mood, Taiju stayed by her side silently, taking her to relax and taste delicious food, healing all her sadness. During a subsequent family gathering, the sleeping robot broke down. Taiju asked Wenjin to fetch his screwdriver from his bedroom desk. Finding nothing on the desk, she pulled open the drawer and accidentally discovered his biggest secret. It was full of candid photos of her, ranging from her high school uniform days to her adult early looks, according to the stage of her growth. Wenjin recalled all the past interactions and suddenly realized the truth. Taiju was childish teasing and bullying in childhood, were just clumsy ways of attracting her attention. His report of her puppy love was mixed with jealousy and worry for her future. All his subsequent protection, ambiguous temptation and silent companionship were online as hidden and deliberate was. The missing nightcasts and strange car smells were all proof of his secret obsession and pervasiveness. During a family camping trip by the wetland park, Taiju sneaked into Wenjin's tent late at night after everyone else rested. He finally confessed his years-long secret crush, admitting that he did not confess openly for fear of making her hate him more. He tried other way to get close to her, learning her presences silently undercut to her in the most clumsy way, holding her hand to his ADS. He asked her to be his girlfriend, promising to dote on her and let her bully him for a lifetime. Moved by his sincere and humble confession, Wenjin let go of all past grudges and chose to give him a chance. Taiju also confessed his unique obsession, revealing that he only used control and be soft for her. The extra chapter exposed his hidden secrets. He deliberately let her find the photos to reveal his feelings, and he kept her lost night dressed as a lifelong collection. The arrogant and sultry childhood sweetheart finally reaped the long-honest cherished love he had hidden for years, and the two ushered in a warm and mutual affection attending. His rage faded into heartache and guilt instantly. All his harsh words and disgust were directed at the imaginary outsider, murder the girl he had cherished and protected for years. Seeing the scar on her knee, he felt both angry and disgust, questioning her recklessness and risking a fall. All misunderstandings and estrangement just elapsed completely. Mai finally summoned up her courage to admit her long line is hidden enough for him. She immediately proposed marriage. determined to give her and the child a legitimate status and a stable home. John Mayan agreed nervously. We talked for the past sufferings. John see his childhood traumas, broken parent-child relationships, and years of loneliness. John Mayan finally understood that his coldness in recent years was only deliberate restraint. Afraid of losing control and hurting her with his impulsive love, he kept a distance on purpose, and the thought of finding a sister minus law was nothing but jealous temptation. All misunderstandings were cleared, and their hidden love finally saw the light. Before getting the marriage certificate, John Mayan accidentally found the leather dress petals from the bouquet Duwan had given her, which had been secretly torn and discarded by John Ji out of jealousy.